Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, Solana is moving in the direction of the next target at $208. I only talked about it in the last update. Want to take a look at the daily chart first, which suggests here that we are still on our way to new all-time high targets. Ideally, and these are the larger degree targets projections that I mentioned in previous updates, we're getting towards the $368 area or higher in this wave 5 of 1, which is a large upside 5-wave pattern which started in 2022. So 1, 2, and the third wave likely topped here in March, and then the fourth wave unfolded, nice and healthy fourth wave, especially compared to the wave 2. And now we could have started the wave 5. That's been the thesis now for a while, since we've had our 1-2 setup here on the chart in wave 5. Yeah, and we've now also seen the breakout above the trend line of the channel, and the $208 mark was mentioned as next target. We've already reached like 205, yeah, so we're very close. That's just the next resistance to watch, okay? So looking at the bigger picture, however, before we dive into the microstructures, the idea is we are pushing higher. The problem I have with this chart is that the 5th wave target is quite far away from where we are now, but the 1-2 setup was very small. So there might be some, changes to the wave count along the way. One idea I have is that this third wave could simply extend quite aggressively, right? Which is why I've communicated a micro count to our members earlier today about an aggressive upside extension that's possible, a more aggressive upside extension, which could take the price directly a little higher. So $208 is only the next target, though. It is not a maximum target or something or whatever. It's the first ideal target for this internal third wave. Been communicating this now for a while. And now 229 and 245 should be the next targets afterwards. They are not unusual extensions for a third wave, so we can definitely make the case for the price to get there. But again, how high is this rally gonna go? Good question. The best approach in a third wave is to understand what the support levels are and then raise the support levels as the price climbs higher, like a trailing stop. So that's what I'm doing all the time on the smaller time frames, because we don't want to, let's say, fight the trend when it's running. We simply want to, understand the microstructure, but that's not so important in a third wave. What's more important are the levels. And I talked already about the next upside targets, right, for this third wave. Once we have a top in this third, and the first possibility to form a top is at $208, $209 here. But as I said, this is only the very first ideal target, can easily go higher. That's where we need the microstructure on the smaller time frames. And then once the third wave is topped, we can add support for the internal fourth wave. And then the 5th wave could develop from there. And the 5th wave can then send us into the, $300 region, right? So that's the idea. So that means Solana is likely on its way to all-time highs. When will I change my perspective? I will change my perspective when the first support levels are breaking. And the first signal for that would come, we get the first signal for that on the smaller time frame chart. So that's why we now want to take a look at the smaller time frame. And that is the 4-hour chart. Here, the idea is that we are moving up in an internal third wave, as I just showed you. The wave degrees are a little bit different here compared to the larger time frame chart, but that doesn't matter. Still, the yellow count still shows us the 5-wave pattern to the upside from the August low. Wave 1, wave 2, we could now be in the third wave. Then there should be a fourth wave and a 5th wave. Again, that yellow third wave can extend. If it extends very aggressively, and I provided a micro count here to our gold members earlier today, but if it and it can extend higher, but if it really extends above and beyond, then at some point I would assume it's actually the green scenario, which is the same count. It's just a different variation within this third wave, okay? And the idea here is that because we're dealing with a diagonal pattern, right? This is not impulsive, probably not. The subwaves, yeah, like the C wave to the upside here is impulsive. But anyway, the idea would be in the yellow count, this is an A, B, C. Now in the green count, A, B, C in wave A, so the A wave only topped here, not on the not end of September, but it topped end of October. Then we had a B wave here, which was weak but valid. and we could aggressively go up in a C wave. So that's the aggressive pathway, and then we can get a 4-5 pattern afterwards. But again, even in the green count, I mean, we shouldn't break support. In the yellow count, we shouldn't break support, which is why my approach here is to move up the support area. And the support area is located between $146.96 and $166.11. And as long as this area is holding, the overall uptrend remains intact. Now, again, you know, in the yellow scenario, one second, go to the 1 hour chart. In the yellow scenario, then we come close to the end of the third wave, then support will need to be adjusted, be prepared for a fourth wave, and then that could be the area that the price uses as a jump off point to start the fifth wave to the upside. Whereas in the green count, we're not that far in the process yet. And in the green count, due to the B wave low that I showed you here on the 5th of November, 4th of November, 5th of November, this could have been a B wave, and we're now moving up in wave 1 of C. So allows for more direct, aggressive upside extensions, which is why I said I would not be surprised for the $208 level to be broken. Then we could, however, get a wave 2 first, in wave 3 still, then a wave 3, which would be an aggressive rally, then a wave 4, then a wave 5. So it would be a much more aggressive move up. Even in this green wave 2 pullback, we shouldn't break below the support area. But I might, as soon as we have a local top in place or evidence for a local price top, I will add support for the green wave 2. It's too early for that because we haven't even, there's no evidence for any local top at the moment. The price might still push higher more directly. And I mean, as long as we're holding that last swing low here, which is located at around $194.50, the overall local uptrend is intact. But this is very fragile. So what's more meaningful is the last swing low below at around 185.50. So that's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.